Hello and welcome to another Matchday Vlog with the Football Pyramid. The Ausden Clark Arena is my destination of choice this time, and I'm here to take in the Midland Football League Division 1 clash between Lutterworth Athletic and Wednesfield Community. The Atho, following a recent change in manager, have seen an upturn in form in recent weeks, with back-to-back home wins and a very creditable draw away to one of the division's high flyers. This, however, does seem a bit more than just a new manager bounce, so let's go and see what this club is all about. Nick, thank you very much for having me down there this afternoon, buddy. It's a real pleasure to join you. You've been here a long, long time, right from the very, very start. So just talk me through the history of this club and your connection with it.
Well, first, thanks very much for coming down to see us and having a look at what we're all about. I mean, the club started off many, many years ago. If I go back to the early days, we formed a club. I wasn't part of the initial formation, but that happened in 1983. We formed a club called Lutterworth Juniors and Youth.
Okay.
And the aspiration of the guys that started it off was to provide facilities, sporting facilities for young boys in Lutterworth.
Okay.
The journey really has been a long one since then. What happened is I got involved in 84, 85 when my son wanted to play. I'd been playing in Lutterworth as a youngster and made my first team debut for Lutterworth Town in them days when I was 16. So, I'd got a lot of help and assistance when I was growing up. And one of the guys that started the juniors said, well, you had a lot of help when you got involved. Would you like to try and get involved and help us on the journey? So I took a side from under 7s all the way through to under 18s.
Wow.
And when we got to 18s, we had nowhere to go. So with a couple of colleagues, a guy called Steve Rendell, and a guy called Terry Waterfield, we clubbed together and we formed a club called Lutterworth Athletic. And it was always our aspiration to form the two bodies together, have a very, very strong senior setup and a very strong junior setup. 2 years later, we amalgamated.
Okay.
We got all the clubs, and it was always our dream to find a location where all the sides could play on one venue.
Yeah.
In 2012, I had the opportunity to take over the facility up at Hall Park.
Okay.
And since then, we've gone on a journey that has really helped us catapult ourselves up the league, but more importantly, build a football environment that is now taking us to 35 sides.
Wow.
Starting from 4, 5s and 6 in the academy, all the way through to veterans. And I'm pleased to say we've got a really strong girls contingent now. We've got a Pro Direct Academy opening next year.
Okay.
So we'll have 16 to 19 year olds going through an education program. That education program will give them a couple of years here, and it will give them a couple of years either in America or in Dubai. So there's some great opportunities. And I think all this has stemmed really from making sure that everything that we do up here is all about providing the best possible facilities. Yeah. If you look round the ground with what we've done outside on the grass pitches, to what we've done on the small cages, to this new £1.5 million development on the main pitch, you'll see that our emphasis has always been trying to maximise and provide the best facilities possible for young people to come and play sport.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's also very, very important for us that we give visiting teams, that we give people that come into our environment the best possible experience. And that's really my number one priority. So whether it's a referee, whether it's the opposition, it's always making people feel as welcome as we possibly can. And I think, when people leave this place, what I want them to say is that, what a fantastic place that is.
Yeah. No, completely respect that. And walking through the front entrance there straight away, greeted front and centre by a number of people that sort of all knew that I was coming. The club have been in good contact with me through the week. There was a post from you guys earlier. So I already feel welcome and part of the family. So I can only imagine how the local youth sides feel. You sort of put all that together, and you've got a great facility here as well. Because it's not just obviously the 3G pitch here. You've got the smaller side pitches as well, obviously where I saw some kids knocking about. Just tell me the thought process behind putting all that in place.
Well, I mean, I think, again, the most important thing is we've got a lot of young people. And for me, younger people they're at a size where they need to be able to play on the best possible surface.
Yeah.
Older age players can play on, what we call the muddier pitches. So having the small cages allows a very, very it's like an incubation classroom where they can play on a really flat synthetic surface where the ball runs true, where it's easy for them to get about. And it really aids their development. The pitches outside, the grass pitches, where we've got 6, all at different variations from 7-a-side up to 9-a-side, a mini 11-a-side and a full-size 11-a-side pitch. They've all been drained, they've all been laser leveled, so they're flat. We spend a lot of money every year in making sure we've got a great surface for people to play football on. And obviously with the advent of the new 3G pitch, tomorrow, for instance, we'll play 6 games on this pitch, and every part of the club will play on this pitch. So we'll have the smaller teams playing across the pitch in the morning, and the older ones from 12:30 playing up and down the pitch. So, it's all about providing a good facility.
Yeah, because it's like I say, you're obviously trying to provide them with, like you say, the easier, not the easier way as such, but more of a comfortable way into football. But another side of the game is that sort of nitty gritty, your dirty grass pitches where they have to get stuck in. When do you sort of start putting them into that?
Well, look, everybody's trying to enhance their facilities. The weather's quite difficult at the moment, and it has been for the last few years. During the winter, we're getting a serious amount of rain, so drainage is a key priority. How are we getting them used to difficult pitches? Well, we can only provide what we provide.
Yeah.
And when they go away, they've got to learn to play on very, very difficult surfaces at times. But I think most clubs now are viewing it from the same lens that we do. It is all about providing people with a very good experience, making them feel comfortable, making them feel welcome, even supporters and parents, ensuring that when they come in, they can get a nice bacon sandwich, they can have Wi-Fi, they can sit down, they can do a little bit of work, they can have a nice cup of coffee. All these things go to making a club, and we're very, very fortunate. As I say, we're up to 35 sides now. We do a lot of work outside in the community. We've got a new program that we're starting in all the primary schools. I personally host the over 65s, the over 70s, and the over 75s for England. So,
wow.
We're going right up to the top of the pyramid. And like I say, it's football for all, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I say, you've already got considerably more going on than what meets the eye, effectively, because you come in and there's a lot more going on here than what you see from just outside.
Absolutely.
But you're not stopping there, though.
No.
What are the aims and plans for the future?
Well, I mean, look, you can see from the extension. We get a lot of people come through the door, and I'm very, very keen to look at all aspects of enabling young people to grow up in a very, very difficult environment. So we're opening a health and wellbeing centre. We're opening a ladies' soft gym.
Okay.
So people that or women that don't like to go into environments where they see, big muscly men pushing big lumps of steel, in an environment that they'll feel comfortable. I think exercise, nutrition, health and well-being is now a key priority in life. So what I'd like to do is open the centre up to that kind of environment. As I said to you before, we've got the education programme starting in September, where we're partnering with ProDirect and Heart of England Education Training Centre. Our Director of Football, Alex Savage, that you'll no doubt meet today, he's done a fantastic job in starting the recruitment programme, and we're really looking forward to getting that going. We've had a lot of success with lads going off to on scholarships to America. We've got 2 currently out there married. We've got 12 out there that are currently playing at sides.
That's amazing.
I'm really proud to say that one of the young guys that started with me at a very, very young age is now playing first team football for Leicester City. Wow. He came down a few weeks ago and presented me with an England shirt. He plays for England under 17s. His dad has been a founder member of the club and been with me for about 15 years. So Louis done, Louis Page's name, he's done a fantastic job for the club. But we've got lots of other individuals that are going out now and seeing a life, even if they're not playing, you know, having a life in other parts of sport.
Fantastic. Honestly think that is absolutely brilliant. And I think it's an exciting time to be connected to the football club. I thank you again for having me down here, and I wish you the very best of luck on the pitch today. Hopefully we'll have a drink after the game, and it'll be a happy drink where we're toasting to the result and the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Cheers, Mick. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
After an insightful chat with Mick, it's time for the match action. This one is dubbed the M69 Derby, which always adds a bit of extra spice to proceedings, so we're really looking forward to this one. The players are ready, and so are we. So here we go. Lutterworth Athletic versus Wednesfield Community. Let's get it.
He's got to go up and down, isn't he? Too easy.
Nobody in the middle. Replacing number 11, Luke Merrill. Number 14, Ben Whitehead. Number 14, Keelan Price. Oh. Go on, son. Go on, go on, go on. Yeah! You get it? Oh! Ausden Clark Arena, Lutterworth Athletic 2, Wednesfield Community 1. Today's attendance is 53. Thank you for your support. Have a safe journey home.
Okay, so full time down here at Lutterworth Athletic, and I'm pleased to report we've got a nice 2-1 home victory. Dan, made hard work of it a little bit, mate, but you got there in the end.
Yeah, it was a tough game, good battle, good advert for non-league, I thought. I think chances second half we were the better side. Could they have got something? They defended well, probably deserved a bit more than they got in the end, but we'll take the 3 points and we'll just move on to the next game.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I thought personally from the very first whistle that you guys controlled that game.
Yeah, like, especially on a surface like that, we've said it, I repeat myself every week, the pitch we've got, we can play football. We've got the players in now to play football, but we've also got lads in who can do the dirty work, put tackles in, put bodies on the line, and that's shown in the end. And ultimately, that got us over the line to get the 3 points.
Yeah, no, I think personally as well, the quality on the ball that you showed. You say, obviously, there's been a lot of change in personnel recently. You obviously wanted to bring your own players in. You had a young chap at centre-half there who I thought was really impressive. Elijah, I was talking to his mum, I think, during a lot of the game. It's just how important and how pleasing was his performance today?
Well, I've just had a chat with him, to be fair. He's not happy with his performance. But since we've come in, 17 years old, we've chucked him straight in at the deep end. He's played 90 minutes pretty much every week. Look, if he carries on like that, I know I'm not going to keep hold of him. Not at this level.
Yeah, absolutely.
But while he's playing, learning his trade, he's going to make mistakes, but we want him to so we can learn from him. But he's got good lads around him. Jimmy, the skipper, he talks to him non-stop. Kieran's come in, bit of experience as well. Kieran's a voice in there, especially in the changing room at half-time today. So, yeah, he's got a very bright future ahead of him. Obviously, I want to hold on to him as long as possible. Hopefully, we can get promotion next year, and then he sticks with us. And then where he wants to be in a few seasons' time, we can be as a club as well.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Is that sort of a philosophy of yours? You sort of put the trust in the youngsters? Because it's not often when you hear about like a 16, 17-year-old player playing senior men's football, you associate that with like a winger or a striker. But you've chucked this young lad in at centre half. Is that a bit of a philosophy of yours?
So when I first got into management, there was 4 or 5 of them today who played for Midland Butby at 17.
Okay.
2 of them played left back today, Flagey and Webby. Flagey's a centre half naturally, but he's doing a job there because we've got a few injuries. So look, it's one of them. If you're good enough, you're old enough.
Yeah, respect that.
Yes, you get some young lads who are not built for men's football. But Elijah's there. He's built like a man.
Yeah.
He mixes it with the lads. He's happy to. He prefers a battle with the big striker. So yeah, he's fair play to him.
Lovely. This season, sort of, we're getting not quite the business end, but we are sort of approaching sort of the latter stages, if you like. We are in the second half of the season. What are the aims and goals for the rest of the season?
One was survival.
You'll do that. No bones about that.
Yeah. When we come, the club was in a poor position on the pitch. We had to match the ambition off the pitch, on the pitch, which we've done. I brought in lads who I've known, who have played for me, won at various levels as well. But ultimately, we also give the other lads a chance.
Yeah.
There's still 5 or 6 in the matchday squad today from the previous management side.
Okay.
But yeah, we've made changes, and no, that's football. Everyone has had the chance. They can't moan to say they haven't. But it's like lads who I'm bringing in. They know as well, if they don't play or perform, that they won't be starting. It's as simple as that. So yeah, that's football. It.
Well, you've got to draw that line. Well, listen, Kieran, I'll come to you now, mate. Congratulations on your performance today and the 3 points, buddy. You're a bit of a journeyman. You've been about a bit, and you're known as the old man around here, I understand.
Yeah, I'm 32. I'm the oldest by about 6 years or something ridiculous. But yeah. So yeah.
But are you enjoying your time down here?
Yeah, it's been class. Like it's I think today we just needed some intensity. Like the players that we've got and the way we can play, we're 10 times better than most of the teams in this league. But that first half, we weren't as intense as they were. And then the second half, our quality came through, and we absolutely they spent the whole second half defending. And that's that's probably where I come in, a little bit of experience, like just to get us going a little bit. But the second half, we ran it. Like we ran it, we were intense. We were on every first ball, second ball, and like that was the difference fundamentally.
Mm-hmm. You've got to start the game with that sort of intensity, So what do you think that you and the boys have got to do to be able to be in the right mindset to come into games and just hit the ground running?
I think sometimes it's acceptance that we might be better than most of the teams that we're going to play against, but you have to, like, and you said it before the game, like you have to earn the right. Like it doesn't matter if you think we look at that game we played last week against Sutton. They were passing the ball, but they started with an intensity, and you could see that. That's why they went 2-0 ahead, and we're quite similar to that. We have a lot of the ball, but we lack that intensity at the start. If we had that intensity to start the game, we would have been 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. We just didn't get going after that first goal. We just didn't kick on as we should have done. But then second half was just like night and day, really.
Yeah,
so.
Really, really good. Well, listen, it's 3 points today. That's 3 on the bounce at home now as well. In between all of that, there was a loss elsewhere, but you had that impressive result at Sutton last weekend, which you were 2-0 down in. So you boys sort of tend to come on late in the day, don't you, a little bit?
I think that's what we need to do as well for the rest of the season. Like we might, we're not. It's going to be difficult to make playoffs, like the number of points. But if I was the other teams in the league, I'd be looking at the team that keeps winning week on week on week. And that's definitely what we need to go into next season, because people will start to pay attention. We've got a draw against Sutton. We won today. Like that'll take us a few places up in the league. So we just need to keep building momentum and keep winning games. And that's
absolutely. Listen, I think you boys are approaching it really, really well. I've had a fantastic afternoon down here. Obviously, seeing you boys put a team to the sword as well has made it all the more better. But genuinely wish you the very, very best for the rest of the season. And no doubt I'll be back to checking on your progress sometime soon.
Cheers,
all right, gents. Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Well, what a brilliant afternoon, or what is clearly an exciting time to be connected to this football club. The setup and the level of thought that's gone into it is seriously impressive, and the club are not stopping there with further improvements in planning. On the pitch, this side's league position doesn't do them justice. There's a core of real quality running through this side, and under the stewardship of all at the club, I fully expect them to kick on for the remainder of the season. Huge thanks to the club for making me feel so welcome. Thank you to everyone for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.